Hey guys, pro season. So, I've already started a pro season mode, as you saw when it said you have to override it. I started as Ricciardo, like I'm about to do right now, as Aussies love our Danny boy Ricciardo. So, yeah, I did pro season mode with him when the game first came out. I think I got up to the China race, so I'm like, oh, I may as well start a new one and then I'll record it and see how it all turns out on YouTube. And yeah, because I had a really good race at round one. I think I finished 6th, but Signs, I think it was, got me with like 20 meters to go. He got me by friggin' half a tenth, and oh man, it was a good race. I had a ripper. So I thought I may as well get into this and see how we go. And yeah, we'll jump straight into practice one. Did a fair few laps on practice one, and you can see it was dry, which is good. And we go P7 there on the prime. We finished P10. We actually did about 12 to 15 laps, and we had the race pace was actually pretty good. You can see there's an incident with Rosberg, and I can't really remember what happened there. But then we jumped into practice 2, and it was absolutely bucketing down. Typical Melbourne weather. Sunny one session and rainy the next, and you can see on one of our first laps we get held up by one of the Ferraris, and all like that was very close to hitting, I think it was Raikkonen, or hitting the wall. So did well. We'll see the replay. You can see how close we get. We try and go on the outside and just lose traction, and just don't know how we didn't touch there, but we'd live to fight another day. And then ended up drying out a bit and getting light rain, and we ended up in P5 with that session. As you see, we did 22 laps. So we just racking up the laps there, and I don't know why it says we're on option tyres, but never mind. And then I actually forgot to record practice 3, but as you can see, we got P, and we did about 12 laps. I think about 8 on the prime and 4 on option. And yeah, so we'll jump into quali now. You can see it is wet. Yes, but it also says it's not letting up on the rain, so it looks like it'll be inters for this session. And yeah, we'll load our setup, and now we'll go straight into the end of our first lap. And as you can see, we go P5, and that's where we stay for the rest of the session. I did a couple laps, couldn't. And yeah, you can see the usual runners are out. Jumping in quali 2, you can see in 10 minutes it's meant to be starting to dry out, so may as well jump in, do a lap, see what the track conditions are like. You can see it's Maldonado going out on track. He has his inters on. It still looks very wet, so may as well go out, do a lap, see what I do. In case it's wet for the race, just all that extra practice helps. And we go P2, which is actually very good. I'm quite pleased with that. And as predicted, it dried out towards the end. It was the last car over the line, so that's why I went a second quicker than everyone else, and got a couple of runners on the primes. So yeah, getting knocked out, which is a surprise. We'll jump on to my fast lap for quali 3. Went out and did a banker, got myself position 2, and then going into the pits, dropped down about 2 tenths off Rosberg, who's in pole. And yeah, so this is the fast lap. You can see I'm going right so far. You've got these 2 tall Rosses in front, which could hamper us at the end of the lap, but obviously you have to push on. You can see there's only 20 seconds left, so this is the last lap. And yeah, so as in pro season you can't tell your sector times or whatever, so it's just off feel, and if you're feeling fast, which at the moment I was feeling pretty quick. So yeah, missed that apex slightly, but that's right. Doesn't really matter. You can sort of run wide over the curve in the dry. It's pretty much full throttle through there. This is where you can gain so much time on the eye. This right-hander here, you can run that little bit extra exit curve, and they just sort of slow right down. So should be a good overtaking opportunity for us if we need it in the race, and get a big snap of oversteer there. This is where it's gonna cost us. You get in the dirty air. Yeah, lap's almost done there, so I thought I might as well push on, finish it off. One of the Tauros was pulling the pitch, which actually helped, so we can jump in a slipstream. Where we're going to start the race, it is going to be position 1. Wow, so those mistakes cost us not as much as I thought. And yeah, so there's Danny boy Rick having a bit of a celebration with his bald-headed engineer. And 1,000th of a second we got pole by. Rosberg has a penalty, but still that is mighty close. And yeah, so let's jump into the race.